on in a flash.
They played the mash.
They played the monster mash.
I'm Luke Summerhaze,
I'm James J. Miles.
Hi, I'm Andrew Rice.
James the Jester Stewart.
and you're listening to Monster Mash.
And on this week's episode, we're hunting the Glavenus.
Ooh.
A brute wyvern that can bring its mighty tail down on foes like a massive sword, decimating them with an explosion of flames created from the volatile components found in its scales. If its tail dulls from accumulated soot, a Glavenus will use its fangs to resharpen it.
So, one of the designers, like, early teenage sons designed this monster, right? It's a big dinosaur with a sword in its tail. It's awesome, don't get me wrong, but...
I was gonna say, like, it is a big dinosaur with a sword on its tail, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome, but it just feels, like, bizarrely Western, I think you put it earlier in, like, a previous episode.
It is just, like... Now, I'm someone who's seen all the Transformers films multiple times at the cinema. And this feels like the monster that was just like, alright, what the idiots like?
Dinosaurs!
A big fucking fire-breathing dinosaur with spikes and a sword for a tail.
And big swords.
Big swords.
Let's make his tail the big sword.
Yeah, it's bloody awesome. Like, everything from down to its design, like, we'll talk about the Hellblade later as well, was really cool coloration on that. And then just simply the fact that half its body is a fucking sword, which is amazing.
And we went even further, like they've nailed like its moveset as well, I think, with the whole fact that it sharpens its tail like in its mouth and does spin attacks. Or just like launches its tail like a great sword attack almost.
Yeah, like I think one of my favourite moves that it does is the one where it kind of sits there with the sword kind of in its teeth, and kind of charges up that big spin attack, and I think it's its most powerful move. I think I don't think
It's
does
like
much damage
it
to
looks
that
like it's
else.
grabbing its own tail to like pull it further and wind itself up,
Mm-hmm.
and then just like lets it go, spins round, massive slice.
Also, can I at least speak of this right, because you can only cut the tail when it's hot. I want to say.
Yeah, it's like adamantium from X-Men.
Really? I
Like-
didn't actually know that.
It's indestructible unless it's in its like molten form, in which case you can slice it off.
Is that how they kill Wolverine?
No, but that's how he kills Lady Deathstrike in X-Men 2. This
Oh.
is not relevant.
But yeah, I mean that's it links into the Glavenus' weakness that you can cut a big chunk of its sword off by.
That's also probably the coolest tail break in any of the games because it like
Mm-hmm.
sticks into the floor like a big sword.
Yeah.
And you can actually get hit by that as well.
Can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, when it lands, yeah.
That's really awesome. I've never seen that happen, but that's so funny. Imagine if you got killed by that. You'd be so angry.
Oh, it's definitely happened to some poor bugger.
But yeah, I like the kind of lore reason behind why it's got like a sword tail as well. It's because it keeps dragging its tail into the ground and it gets coated with like minerals and shit. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then it superheats them with its kind of magma. Well, it's got obviously it's fire breathing, isn't it? So it can
Yeah, so
heat it up quite easily.
Because the first, obviously, he's one of the Fated Four.
Mhm.
So you first meet him in like a suspicious mission where you're not hunting him, like all of them.
Yeah.
But it, like the quest, like description says, there's mysterious like metal scraping sounds, which obviously is him sharpening his sword.
So
And
this
then
being my
he's the one who you get dropped straight into the area right in his face, isn't he?
yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to say there, this being my first Monster Hunter game, obviously didn't know that this big monster appearing on this easy mission was a trope of the series. So
Mhm.
getting dropped in with this fucking terrifying monster unlike anything you'd seen in the game before, it was a trip and a half. I really enjoyed the kind of. I think I tried to kill the Glavenus on that quest, and I know you really shouldn't because I think if I'm right in saying their health is doubled or tripled or something crazy like that. On those
Is it?
quests, I'm pretty sure like they are more, they last longer.
Yeah, they definitely got more health.
It's
So
not
I tried.
even just
I
that,
tried.
though.
to
You're
kill-
so under-leveled at that point.
and you're under
like-
levels as well, yeah. So they've purposely designed it to be like you shouldn't be fighting these monsters.
Yeah.
And I didn't kill the Glavenus. I managed to kill the other three when they have their similar. Oh, go kill this easy monster or pick up these herbs. Nothing will happen. Those types of quests. I killed the other three, but the Glav was the one I couldn't kill. So when you actually fight him at the end of the game, it was was quite a good moment as a whole. Cause we're like, yes, finally going to take this guy down.
I know Capcom talk about the Fated Four being they're all the mascots of the game, but Glavenus does feel like he's treated more seriously than the other three.
Well, he's technically
I think he's the quest you get the credits on, isn't he?
Yeah, I was about to say he's technically the last mission of the single player quests in this.
I think it's just maybe because like they're big fans of the brute wyverns,
Yeah. I mean, he is
like monster type.
definitely the hardest fight of the four.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Although
agree.
apparently he technically has the lowest HP. But obviously getting through his spikes and his sword and the fact that he won't sit still and that he's camming at you pretty hard, it's not going to make much difference.
So I mean, the fight can be over quick, but both ways.
Yeah.
But especially that, as I said, that big charge up tail move he does where he spins and wins more often than not. That's really deadly.
One thing he's got that always catches me out, his wind up is always slightly longer than you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
On like each of his attacks. So he'll often, I think I'm like, especially because I play on adept, I dodge and then he hits me.
This is for like the spin attack he does.
Yeah, a couple of the different spinning ones. Yeah.
It's usually like the best way to kind of defend against that is try and get behind him.
Mm.
Like, or if you're like right next to him, if you're like basically right underneath him, because he's going to propel himself forward, and you can basically you'll spin away from you and not hit you.
Oh yeah, he definitely shows you exactly which way he's going to go. But if you're on the other side of the map, you're probably like the worst place to be.
There's nothing better though, like when you're in aerial style and he's winding up that spin attack and you do a jump attack at the right time to jump off of him as he does the spin attack and don't take damage.
Nice.
That's really fun to do.
What monster does he like square off against?
It's Rathian, and he cuts like some of the spikes off her wings.
So he does, yeah, I remember that. But he fights the Rathian. The Rathian doesn't really seem on the same tier as like the Rathalos or the.
I guess it's just because he's on the
Tigers.
ground and she's queen of the ground.
Who would win in a fight, Glavenus or Rathian?
Whoever wins, we lose.
We lose. So obviously he's a dinosaur.
He is based on the Carnotaurus.
Carnotaurus?
Which, have you ever seen the Disney film Dinosaur?
Yes, ages ago.
But the Carnotaurus is the one that's chasing them in that. And for
I don't
years,
remember
I
the
thought
details about it.
I thought Disney had made that dinosaur up
But
because
real.
it's just like it's like a T-Rex with a spikier face and a name that is basically just carnivore. And I was like, all right, yeah, well done, Disney, brilliant dinosaur, scary. And it turns out it's real. Because the Japanese name Dino Valdo is actually made from dinosaur, Nova for fire, and halberd. Obviously, they changed that name. Would make sense in English.
It sounds really daft, though, wouldn't it?
I was going to say, I think just having Dino right there in the name is a bit
Yeah,
too
it's probably
on the
better.
nose over here.
Yeah.
Is that what they say in the interview? Is it?
Yeah, that's what they say in the interview, that it's just they wanted to avoid that, but they still wanted to kind of keep like some sort of aspect of like Dinosaurus, like that's why it's got the US at the end of Glavenus.
Yeah, and then it's Gladio and Fervens, which are both Latin for sword and burning. So I think it's a much cooler name than the Japanese one.
I think so as well. Bear in mind, I didn't play Cross when it was originally out, so I wouldn't get used to the Japanese names like some people might have. But it feels better to me as an English speaker. So he's got a deviant as well, the Hellblade Glavenus.
Yes,
Which is one
and
we can actually talk about. Yes.
Played this one for once.
for the first time in 4 weeks, yeah.
That's another little hint that maybe they took him more seriously in the other Fated 4, because he's the only one who got a deviant in Cross.
Yeah, that is surprising, isn't it? Because you'd expect if the Glav got a deviant, you'd expect the other three to get a deviant, but then I suppose that, as you said, ties into the fact that he's probably the big boss of the Fated 4.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they have got them now, but they didn't then.
But we've not had the chance to play them, so they basically don't. We're the only ones that matter.
Hashtag cross for the rest. But
Fucking
Every time.
But yeah, the deviant one, just much more like he's black with red highlights. He's even more. This was designed by the 13-year-old son to be cool. Than
And
the
give
normal
him
one.
devil horns!
He's deviant. Like the Japanese name for like Hellblade is pretty good as well. It's Genmetsu Jin, which translates as blade that burns all to ash.
That's cool.
That's very cool.
But
Wouldn't
yeah,
have
he
worked in English though, but
No.
I like it. I like Hellblade.
Yeah, they were going for like other suggestions for the name as well. Like they had Ruin Blade and Scorch Blade.
Ruin
But
Blade would be
they
alright.
eventually settled on Hellblade, which I think is the right choice.
Yeah,
think
devilish
Hellblade
and
works.
also the fire aspect.
I think because he does the blast blight, which you always talk about hellfire and brimstone. That kind of feels like
Yeah.
a brimstone aspect to me, because he does blast blight as well, and he's
And
a very, very tough fight.
Yeah, he just does not let up, even more than the regular Glavenus. And any one of his attacks can pretty much take you out.
And of course he's got the big devil horns, hence why I think Hellblade makes even more sense, I suppose.
He didn't seem like he had hugely different sort of attack patterns. They just all had, like, every attack he does has some fire damage and or some,
The wind, he
blight.
does like the spin attack move.
He
like,
does it twice.
He typically does that twice.
Hmm.
He winds up like twice, like back to back, whereas like, the original Glavenus won't do that. Or when he's doing like slamming his tail down, like the big great sword move, like it's usually got like a fire burst coming out of the end of it as well. So it's got that extra range.
Yeah, he's sort of like a, rather than being a twist on the Glavenus, he's just Glavenus turned up to 11. I really like the Glavenus.
Yeah, very cool monster. Very cool monster.
Apparently his concept was a land-based Rathalos, which to me is that not just the Rathian?
The Rathian flies a fair bit as well though.
Yeah. And obviously he's got a lot more fire and stuff than a Rathian does.
Yeah. I can see that. I always see him kind of as a land-based Ravos. I can definitely see that being a comparison. So next week, all these kids here at Monster Mash Pod are going to become squids as we fight the Nakarkos. So join us for that.
And if you've enjoyed this nonsense, you can follow us on Twitter at Monster Mash Pod. We're also on Facebook, iTunes, YouTube, whatever you use to listen to podcasts. Just search for Monster Mash and give us a little like and a subscribe and tell your friends.
And please tweet at AndyMan949 your favourite Lady Deathstrike moment.
There's just so many to pick from.
Other than that, thank you for listening.
See ya! Oh, right, I'm in the area with him.
Ah shit, I guess we forgot cool moves.
Oh, do you want some?
Yeah, guess who's same. I was thinking Jurassic Frontier.
But you specifically said it was going to be Volcanic Hollow.
I know. And he's getting destroyed by two conchas here.
Not just that, I then also gave to Jay instead of you, so I just fucked it. Oh, for
Oh.
fuck's sake!
You started in the same area.
Oh,
as me, Jav.
piss off! Piss off, you cunts!
This is probably come over here, Andy.
Hooray!
He's gonna get it again. Oh, that was so close.
Fucking hell. Fuck this shit, I'm going home. I knew this is going to be bad tonight. It's fucking... Fuck.
Eloquently put.
Just...
Right.
Yep. Oh, that.
Ah,
Oh, wow, that was
Oh, look at the cunt.
Double whammy
Yeah.
there.
taking a potion. Got me.
Yeah, I was taking a potion when he hit me.
Oh, look at you lot, you fucking dude.
And I'm very glad I stayed to
It didn't look like he was spinning towards me, then he changed direction. Like he was looking towards you and then he spun towards me.
Very glad.
That's what I get for trying life powder and save you, eh?
I've not taken that max potion then. I had a feeling that was going to happen.
Alright, I'm going for the Iodrome.
Right.
Of course he
You,
is.
are you on insect wave, Jas? Yeah, you are. You want to come for the glove?
Yeah, you should go for the Glav because you get some mounts in.
I'll stick with you as well. Unless Andy wants to stick with us because you've got tail cuts, right?
Yeah, I was thinking
Yeah,
that.
cool.
Plus Andy's terrified of the Iodrome.
True.
We were doing it.
Sebs.
Yeah, I'm sure like it makes
Fucking
sense.
hell.
You got killed!
Oh,
fucking
come on.
hell!
You
No,
fucking joke!
No, just
You
to clarify,
actual
I
joke
got
of
killed
a
by the
human
fucking
being.
Glavenus.
Yeah, right. You weren't on the Glav squad.
What happened?
The fucking Glav got me with his big sword for a tail.
Oh, look at the baby.
For fuck's sake, Hydrome's not even the subquest.
No, it's just an annoyance.
Just an annoyance here. A deadly annoyance, seemingly.
It's his mate.
What are you doing fighting his mate?
Whoa! Just got exploded by the Glav there. He's after me. Like, leave my mate alone.
Yeah, I've not even leveled my sword up once yet. I mean, I've got an art, so I'm about to get it on white, but...
Like, literally just keeps moving. There we go.
So fast.
There we go.
Oh, dead.
Hey, I'm bloody lost.
Boop, 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 boop.
Didn't drop a whole lot of shinies, and I think that's my only chance to get the Hellblade power on this far away.
Give yourself a
I think it's
shiny.
in the quest boards. You shut your face, Andrew, man.
I'll fucking shut my face when you shut your fucking butt.
What? What? How's that even fucking work?
Doesn't.